Whether it's station, radio has to do with all of them. And today, you're going to be using ham radio. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is ham radio?
Amateur or ham radio is a service and a hobby where operators can talk to people around their neighborhoods, their cities, their country, and even around the world. Amateur radio operators require a radio license from the government. They're not that hard to get. I have one. My call sign is KM4LAO.
And mine is KB81. Our call signs are a way of identifying who we are to other operators. This lets everyone know that we have the proper license to use the radio.
As amateur radio operators, or hands as we are often called, we can talk with others about basically whatever we want, often science or some new radio gadget that we are interested in.
Let's focus back to the space station and your contact today. Many of the astronauts and cosmonauts aboard the space station are licensed ham radio operators. That's why your operators today can contact us. The people here, as well as the astronauts, are licensed to talk to each other, and you are allowed to talk over to the radio.
For our conversation today, we'll need an amateur radio station on the ground, either in this location or somewhere else around the world. We'll also need a radio in the space station.
You can hear the calls coming. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra, the International Space Station, over.
On the space station, the radio transceiver is connected to an amateur radio antenna mounted on the outside. One of these antennas will be used today during our contact.
For our side of the contact, we need a good-sized antenna, a signal amplifier, something to make our signal stronger, and a rotator for turning our antenna. We have to keep our antenna pointed right at the International Space Station. And remember, it's moving across the sky and fast.
To aim the antenna properly, we need to track the path of the space station exactly. NASA uses complex systems to track the path of the space station and other orbiting objects.
The satellite tracking program we are using works out a complicated set of mathematics to provide the orbital location of the space station moment by moment as it moves through space. This information is sent to the computer that controls the antenna rotator, which moves the antenna to follow the space station. Maybe some of you have seen or worked with robotics. That's pretty cool stuff. And just like you can program a robot where to go, what to do, and how to get there, you can also program a computer to tell an antenna how to track the space station across the sky.
You know, it took a lot of planning to get this contact. Several weeks ago, the ARIS operations team had to figure out when the space station's orbit would pass over this location. Then, they had to talk with the planners at NASA's Johnson Space Center. The cruise time is pretty full, so they were able to find a time that could work for the crew members' schedules. Once they found times that would work both in space and here on the ground, the host organized this contact. And in just a few minutes, you'll be hearing and talking to the astronauts.
Well, it's almost time for your contact. It will be exciting, so good luck with it.
What do we have to do to get your little? You got this thing going? Oh, this is working green? Okay.
Okay, all right. Sorry about that. Thank you guys for being here today. We have the honor to speak with NASA's astronaut Steve Bowen. Steve was the first submarine officer selected by NASA as a mission specialist in July of 2020. He is a veteran of 3 space flights, STS-126 in 2008, STS-132 in 2010, and STS-133 in 2011. Currently, he is on the International Space Station as commander of NASA's SpaceX Crew 6 mission aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft, which launched on March 2nd and successfully docked on March 3rd. So, if you want to go to that first tab, we have a short video we'd like to show detailing a little bit more of Steve's background for us. No, the first tab at the top.
the greatest things we accomplish as human beings, we do as teams. My name is Steve Bowen. I am the spacecraft commander of NASA's SpaceX Crew 6 mission to the International Space Station. I was born in Cohasset, Massachusetts. It's a small town on the coast just south of Boston. I had 5 brothers and sisters. I was the 5th of 6, and really sort of an idyllic childhood. When I was getting ready to choose, where applying for colleges, I had the good enough grades, and I got an appointment to the U.S. Naval Academy, so I studied electrical engineering. I had done a summer cruise. The reason I ended up doing a summer cruise on submarines was because the ideas interested me. The whole concept of running a nuclear power plant underwater and operating at sea. And so after graduation, I spent 14 years in the submarine force before I applied to become an astronaut. I never had, grand plans of growing up and becoming an astronaut, but I never did anything to preclude that either, based on how I managed to get here. It was just curiosity and enthusiasm. I remember on STS-132, I think it was on the first spacewalk on that mission, and there I was overlooking the International Space Station as we're circling the Earth. The whole world spread out below me. And all I could think of is, what kind of civilization is this? I grew up carrying buckets of cement, and here I am on top of the International Space Station, circling the Earth as we're doing research, really to make the world a better place. And we're doing it as a team. We're doing it as an international team. It was eye-opening. I mean, it's not something I didn't necessarily understand, but it's really becomes obvious at a moment like that. And that was absolutely amazing to me. I view myself really as a rookie for the International Space Station, because I was always there basically as a construction worker. This time I'm actually getting the opportunity to operate and to be a part of the science and be a part of the ISS operations. That's all new to me, and I'm really looking forward to being a part of all of that. And hopefully my bit of spaceflight experience that I've brought along with me, I can help everybody else settle in and step into these operations. I have a most amazing crew. I'll say this for all 3 of my crew members because they're actually all pretty amazing individuals. They each have distinct personalities that add so much to the crew. That ability to function as a group is absolutely amazing. And when you accomplish something as a team, there is no greater feeling.
A little over 11 minutes and counting. All right. Okay, I guess we can talk a little bit about what we're doing up here. The equipment you see here is amateur radio equipment, all personally owned by me. We have a primary station, a backup station. Over on this one in the rack mount, we have a rotor control system that drives the rotors that are outside that control the antennas that aim directly at the International Space Station. It's under computer control on this computer, and what should happen is, if everything keeps working like it's supposed to, is it will automatically track. We're starting out at about an azimuth of 235 degrees. That's roughly southwest. We'll go west, north, and end up at about 30 degrees to the north, east of north. Max elevation, the antennas will be pointed at about 45 degrees is the max. We're going to be calling NA1SS. That's the call sign of the International Space Station. It's one of the call signs. That's the U.S. one. And as you heard, we're going to be talking to Steve Bowen on board. Quick reminder, if you have a cell phone, do one of 2 things. Either mute it completely for just the vibrate only mode, or turn it off. I had a contact from Adler Planetarium, and somebody left theirs on and did not kill it. So every single video that was recorded has about 25 to 30 seconds of somebody's phone ringing. They didn't want to spill the beans that they were guilty. But anyway, so we have, the reason we have two radios, if one fails, we go to the backup. We have, on this system, the backup radio system, we have a vertical antenna, no moving parts. If the rotor here fails, or if the computer fails, we go to the backup radio and use that one. No moving parts for the antennas. And you're going to hear some static changes here and there. It's going to get a little noisy at times. And when we get closer, you're going to hear this. Maybe. Oh, where's Squelch? Supposed to be hearing Squelch. Let me get some adjustments here. RF up all the way. And let me check some power output. We're putting out over 100 watts, which is and let's see here. Let me back this down a little bit. So I'm not sure why the squelch isn't going off. That's weird. Anyway, that's just wait a minute. That's what we're going to start with. And I want you to be listening. You're going to hear a lot of that. And as we get closer and closer, the last 30 seconds or so, when I release the squelch and start calling, if we hear a slight change in the background noise, where it starts to sound quiet, that means he's probably calling us, and we're within seconds. So, we are hopefully going to make contact. We've got 20 questions? 22 questions. I don't know whether we're going to get through all 22. It just depends on how things work out. So the idea is we'll get through the first round. Everybody's got 2 questions. We'll get through the first round, and anything beyond that's considered gravy. Now, everybody in the audience, eventually we're going to pass the word how to get what is known as a QSL card. That means there's a little postcard kind of thing that every kid who talks, they're going to get to apply for what is called a two-way. Everybody else can get a shortwave listener card, a listen-only kind of card. We'll work through we'll pass along the data, what you need to do to Mrs. Meeks. But if you're listening and you want a QSL card, which has a nice picture on the front, talks about on the back side about the contact time and stuff, we're going to put together a list, and you can talk to Mrs. Meeks, I'm sure, and she can tabulate a list. But the kids get to all do their own personal kind of QSL card, which will be on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper or something like that. But anyway, we are under full computer control, and we are 6 minutes out and counting. So we are streaming on 2 different live stream YouTubes. One is the schools. Has anybody reported on the school one? Is it working? Working? Okay. And the other one is on our Eros YouTube. So we've got 2 different YouTube channels going, and hopefully it all works out. And main thing to do is consider this an experiment, and experiments can fail. I was Eros contact number 1 ever in the world back in December of 2000, and we actually failed on the first day of an attempt. We found out what happened later, what was going on, and we corrected that little problem. So, and the rotors are in position. So, I think what we can do is, any questions from anybody before we've got about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to start kind of rolling things along real quick. Any questions? Anybody?
Our microphone is a little too close to your face, and he said it's over.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I know. So
Is that what it means?
Okay, you got it on?
Let's clip it back a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. T minus 2 minutes and counting. The far right column over here, you can't really read the numbers too much. Right now you see white. When it turns turquoise, we are go. That means we're in the footprint. So when that whole far right side turns turquoise, hopefully we are talking to somebody.
can I interrupt one more time?
Sure, yeah, here.
Okay, really quick. I just wanted to say that we do have Mr. Brian from the NAACP here supporting us, as well as Miss Jenkins from our school board. So super excited to have them here with us.
Welcome aboard. Okay. It's a little off screen, but when it hits 3, I'm going to start calling. It's going to get noisy. NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N, Alpha Japan 9 Nancy. NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N for scheduled airs contact from Stone Magnet. NA1SS, this is AJ9N. How copy? NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N, Alpha Juliet 9 Norway. Stone Magnet for an AIRS contact. NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N, Alpha Juliet 9 November. NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N. How copy? NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N. NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N. How copy? NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N for a scheduled AIRS contact. How copy? NA1SS, NA1SS. This is AJ9N and AJ9N for a scheduled AIRS contact. How copy?
AJ9N, this is NA1SS. My name is Bowen. Ready to take questions?
Hi, Steve. How you doing? Handler is Charlie. We're about ready to go to the first question. NA1SS, AJ9N. Here's the first question.
Hello, my name is Shahid. I'm in 7th grade. How does returning to Earth affect your physical and mental health? Over.
NA1SS is AJ9N. How copy? All right, here's the first question once again.
Hello, my name is Shahid and I'm in 7th grade. How does returning to Earth affect your physical and mental health? Over.
Yeah, returning to Earth is a physical problem. Bone density, muscle mass. That's why we work out 2 hours a day, every single day. And there are other things that are and mental health, I guess that's sort of my 7th grade experience where coming back into large social groups can be a little overwhelming at times.
Hello, my name is Blake. I'm in the 8th grade. What food do you consume and does it taste the same as it does on Earth? Over.
This is Blake, and the question I have is, food traditions can we basically what we eat on the ground is packaged into different forms and we can cook online. And because of that, and our taste buds do change due to fluid
Hello, my name is Katie. I'm in the 7th grade. Do you see any objects speeding by the space station? Over.
Katie, no, we actually don't see too many things floating by or zooming past the space station. There have been things that have hit the space station. We see indication of that outside when we do a spacewalk. And one time when I was doing a spacewalk, I did see a meteorite enter the atmosphere below me, or a meteor enter the atmosphere below me. That was a little exciting as well. Over.
Hello, my name is Layla. I'm in the 8th grade. What plants are currently growing on the ISS and what is the purpose for them? Over.
Well, we just harvested the tomatoes. We haven't started growing anything else yet. I'm actually looking at our veggie rack right now, and it looks like we're getting set up to start something. I don't know what, but the purpose is to basically demonstrate that you can grow things in a microgravity environment and understand how it changes their growth and their biology over time.
Hello, my name is Enzo, and I'm reading Sam's question. Did you have special training before you traveled to the ISS? If so, what did it entail? Over.
Well, on top of all of our normal astronaut training, we had our systems training for the ISS, and in our case, we also had all of our training to operate and live on board the Dragon spacecraft that brought us here. Over.
Enzo, are you next?
Hello, my name is Enzo, and I'm in the 7th grade. I play the cello. What instruments have been brought to space, and does it sound different? Over.
And then, no, actually, it sounds pretty much the same. We currently have a couple of guitars on the keyboard. We built a didgeridoo. There was bagpipes. The last time I was here, there was a flute as well. Over.
Hello, my name is Howard. I'm in 7th grade. What was one of the biggest surprises or adaptations you had to make that you were not prepared for? Over.
Based on the question I asked here, I couldn't hear you very well.
What was one of the biggest surprises or adaptations you had to make that you weren't prepared for? Over.
The environment we're getting which is incredibly amazing. What a different environment. Incredible job. Over.
Hello, my name is Kaylee and I'm in the 8th grade. How do you sleep in space and do you have trouble sleeping? Over.
And Kaylee, I actually sleep about an hour more in space than I do on Earth. It's incredibly comfortable. We are incredibly busy. I think that helps. And they do a lot of 8.5 hours of sleep time. Over.
Hello, my name is Kaylee. I'm in the 8th grade. What exercises do you do and how long and often do you have to do them for? Over.
All right. Well, in my case, I'm doing weightlifting and cycling, and we also have a treadmill. And we do 2 hours a day, every single day, load-bearing exercise to help maintain our bone density and muscle strength. Over.
Hello, my name is Freddie. I'm in the 8th grade. What is the process to become an astronaut? Over.
And Freddie, to become an astronaut through NASA, all you have to do is apply. You meet the minimum requirements, and you apply, and you enter into this giant pool where you feel fortunate if you get the opportunity to interview, and incredibly lucky if you get the opportunity to become an astronaut. We had 18,000 people to apply for 8 slots one time, so it's incredibly challenging. Over.
Hello, my name is Anna. I'm reading Nick's question. How do you contact family and friends? Over.
We actually use an internet protocol phone system, so I can call home pretty much every single day, which is pretty amazing. And it's only improved through the years to do that. So we can call and talk to home every day from the space station. Over.
Hello, my name is Cameron. I'm in 8th grade. What type of work and research do you do? Over.
Most of what we do up here at the International Space Station is actual research. There are hundreds of experiments running at any given time, and some of them involve astronaut work and tending as well. We do, I mentioned the vegetation experiments. We do material science experiments. We do biology. We are our own experiments. And other than that, we have to work to maintain the space station, keep it in a livable configuration. Over.
Hello, my name is Shahid, and I'm in 7th grade. Are there any factors that could delay travel back to Earth? Over.
And actually, the biggest delay for us, for Dragon crews, is weather. The weather in the landing site has to be sort of ideal for the Dragon to land. Since we splashed down in the ocean, we want to make sure we are safely recovered. Over.
Hello, my name is Blake. I'm in the 8th grade. How much free time do you get, and what do you do for entertainment? Over.
We get a little bit of free time. We get to eat and get organized and maintain ourselves during some of that free time. But we get a little bit of free time. So looking out the window is always a great thing. But we do just hang out and talk and watch movies and just enjoy each other's company. Over.
Hello, my name is Katie. I'm in the 7th grade. What happens if you get sick or bleed in space? Over.
We actually have a crew medical officer on board, and in this case, here during our expedition, we actually have a medical doctor on board, which is very helpful. Over.
Hello, my name is Layla. I'm in the 8th grade. What kind of supplies get delivered to the ISS and how often? Over.
And we're about every 2 to 3 months, we get a new vehicle that comes up, usually carrying lots of more experiments and then any supplies we need to maintain and operate the space station for those intervening months. If one does not make it, we do have sufficient supplies to go for an additional 3 to 6 months. Over.
Hello, my name is Freddie. I'm reading Sam's question. Do you get homesick? If so, what do you do to deal with it? Over.
And of course, I get homesick. I call home, and that's the great thing about the National Space Station. I have the ability to call home every single day as long as we have the correct satellite coverage. But there's no avoid getting homesick. Over.
Hello, my name is Enzo. I'm in the 7th grade. What is the process of converting urine into clean drinking water? Over.
I'm sure there's a really good website that explains this, and actually was on the crew that delivered the water recovery system way back in 2008. It uses a centrifugal system as well as a series of membranes, and it works really well. Over.
Hello, my name is Howard. I'm in the 7th grade. What is the most mentally challenging thing about the transition from Earth to space? Over.
And the most mentally challenging thing is the fact that you're living in a microgravity environment and your body needs to adjust to it. And then your head needs to adjust to the fact that there's no up and down. You can float across, you can work on the ceiling, work on any place. You're actually working in a three-dimensional environment, and it's really hard to mentally adjust to that. Over.
Hello, my name is Anna. I'm in 8th grade. What inspired you to become an astronaut? Over.
I did not plan on becoming an astronaut. Did not go my career out becoming an astronaut.
We got 30 seconds. Get everybody over here. We're going to yell thanks.
I applied, and unfortunately got to get
No,
selected.
everybody over here.
Becoming an astronaut was always something that
We're going to yell thanks, okay? Because we're not going to do that.
I watched the Electra walk in the middle.
NA1SS, AJ9. We're going to say thanks. We got a few seconds left. And we're going to say thanks and 73s.
Thank you!
NA1SS, AJ9N. That's how we got it. And that's how we kind of do things. So thanks, guys. You did a great job. And everything's unrecorded. It's being recorded. So hopefully we'll get you video files, a couple of different versions, I think. And if you've got questions, by all means, come on up. I want every student here, by the way, we have a log book and an ink pen. And I need everybody who got to ask a question. I think everybody got to ask once. And maybe didn't get 2 questions in, but some of you got 2 in and some didn't. But that's the way it works sometimes. We just don't get everybody in. And you notice it got a little staticky toward the end. We were still hanging in there, but you just go with the flow. Any questions out there? Well, thanks for everybody to come and watch. Yep, just go ahead and sign. Yeah, we're just.
Do you want to shut that off?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you can shut that off, I think. But just stop the recording. I'm keeping the stream recording going for a little bit. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. This was awesome.
Good job.
Good job, everybody.
I don't know if any of the students noticed, but when the contact with the space station started, it was actually over Mexico, and by the time it ended, it was over Nova Scotia. So they traveled a long way in that 10 minutes.
How long was the entire contact?
About 10 minutes.
Awesome.
We got him pretty low on the horizon too.
Yeah.
On my phone, so.
The it took a little while for him to get into. Yeah, just sign anywhere. Just the numbers. I'm just keeping track of how many kids we got through. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay, I'm going to stop the stream. And, well, no, I'll leave it going here for a bit. So, and